Happy 4 months. Happy Twitch baby. Heartopia is AI. I am ruined. fuck sneaky AI.
Hey, dude, and not my favorite part of the game. My favorite, my favorite part of the game? Hey. Thanks. Yeah, so basically Heartopia took
Happy 11 months. Feeling lucky to be a part
assets
of
from their
this
game and
community.
ran them through Gen AI to make all of the puzzles. So that's fun. Here's my problem, and it's not like, well, my problem is obviously AI. That's not what I'm gonna say. My problem is I think they were bullied into admitting it. And my concern here, as is with any other game that uses AI, is that here's my problem. Let me read you the statement. And this is the part of the statement that I think is worded very legally carefully. This announcement is to provide clear disclosure regarding the use of AI assisted content generation in Heartopia.
Thankful for
AI generated content disclosure. AI is used in the puzzle gameplay to reinterpret and redraw in-game snapshot images. AI is used in in-game chat to help players understand different languages. So we're not sure if that's generative AI or if it's normal language AI. Notes. Monetization content in Heartopia does not include AI generated materials. Should any AI assisted content be used in the game in the future, it will be announced in advance. Marketing materials produced outside the game, including those created in collaboration with third-party suppliers, are not covered by the scope of this disclosure. Here's my big issue. Monetization content in Heartopia does not include AI-generated materials. So the whole game is free. Do you see what my problem is here? The whole game is free. So here's the thing. It's now listed on Steam. There needs to be a legal or some sort of financial repercussion to not being honest about your game having AI in it when it's listed on Steam. Because so many companies put their game on Steam and then are like, oh, we used AI afterwards. And this is what's pissing me fucking off. Because they have no repercussion. The game should be off Steam. Oh, your game's off Steam now. Oh, you have to pay a fucking $40,000 fine. And can I say something? Like, it's very like, I don't know if I'm like doom and gloom because I'm like in a bad place right now, but like I just don't see it happening. And I also feel like things are just gonna get worse. I know behind the scenes at almost every corporation or job place in general right now, everybody is being forced to use ChatGPT or to use generative AI. Forced. Nobody has a choice. Even if you disagree, that's part of your job now. So like, truly, I feel helpless and hopeless for my career path and for gaming in general. Because when everybody turns around and they're like, oh, it's just big games. It's just bigger brands. It's not. It's fucking indie games. I play indie games. They don't have the money. They feel like they can use Gen AI. Fucking Clara, Gen AI. It's just like, Until we see a massive recession due to AI overtaking jobs and massive layoffs, they're like literally not going to get it. Thank you. Bumblebee, that's sweet. College professors are using AI. What's the point of learning? What's the point of learning? What's the point of learning? That why my young vet is so dumb? Thank you. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'll give you some positives. The positive is Heartopia is fucking free. It's very easy to not spend money on the game. Very easy. So if you don't want to give money to a game that uses AI, you fucking probably aren't. There's no way. Like, for me, like advertising to a game, I feel like, or like playing a game, it feels like advertising in general. At least this one is free. I don't feel like I've gotten them like thousands of dollars of revenue. It does feel hopefully that it's the puzzles that they've admitted to and that they should replace it, and that they know people will replace the items or notice and they could get fucked up further. They use AI in like in the puzzles. By the way, my favorite part of the fucking game. Sorry, I just say something cold. Anyways, I just like woke up today like knowing today was gonna be a shitty fucking day because I was gonna have to drive my deceased cat to get a fucking necropsy, and I wake up to like my depression game using AI. Thanks. Heartopia. Thank you for using the exact quote, Kokobo. Allison, what do you mean your work took away your health insurance? Is that even legal? Kirshen, I'm actually very surprised that your accounting job isn't using AI. What is that sound? Oh my god, it's the washing machine. I was like, what is that weird banging sound? It's my laundry. I'm not used to having my office so close to my like kitchen and laundry room. I think that you have to navigate it in the best way that you can. I think that it's like not to be, is it feudalist? Not to be feudalist, but like you need to get through your fucking day. Like you have to figure out a way to live in a world that, okay, I don't know how to describe it. And maybe this sounds like, here's the only way I can explain this. I think eventually the world will realize how dangerous AI can be. Generative AI, okay? But until then, the only thing I can think of is imagine you're black, or imagine you're not racist in the prime of segregation. And every time you're like, I'm not racist. I don't know why you're so racist. Everybody's like, what do you mean? Being racist is the best. That's literally, I can only imagine it's that infuriating because it feels so morally disgusting and wrong and lazy and anti-human, and nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. And it's bizarre. I don't think AI is going to fade out. I think it's going to take the economy with her. Milk, you better do it. When we get to the point where you can go, hey AI, hack the American government.
ID's nuts.
Like they act like these things are impossible. They're not going to be impossible. They're not going to be impossible. AI is going to convince people to kill themselves. It's going to take over because people are heartless, careless, and lazy. And can I say, the way that we have created the world and our ecosystem we live in is exactly why. The demand, the pressure, the need to push out, to do better, to do the maximum that we have to do instead of doing the human amount, the normal, is our issue. It's the issue. You expect everybody to make millions of dollars, do everything they're supposed to do, and people are tired and lazy. I don't even blame some people for wanting to use AI because the world is so fucking exhausting. They have no choice. You have forced an entire community of people to be so tired and lazy, they have no choice. You have killed everything. Individualism, family, the whole thing. It's gone, ruined. Individualism and generative AI are like, I want you to suffer and I want you to rely on me. And you know what's crazy is that I'm in a very different situation to anybody else. But for example, community, which is the whole entire reason I have my career in general. Every single one of you is here maybe to watch funny gameplay, but if you're typing in chat right now, you're here for one reason only. It's connection, human connection, and community. We desire it. We need it to fucking survive. I would not have multiple people who were able to speak and be educated on veterinarian needs without community. Regardless of that, if I talked to my ex, which I did yesterday, they were like, I know somebody who just married a vet. The way you get information is still accessible. Don't act like you have to use not once did it even occur to me to ask Gen AI to get how to keep my fucking cat alive. I could literally just call upon the people I know. Do you know somebody that knows a vet? Does anybody here know how I can help? Do I know a doctor? Do I know somebody that knows a doctor? Like, the death of community is just like, it's because you feel, also, people hate being spoken to now. They feel like the thought process of like, I don't have to give you anything. I need my time, blah, 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 because everybody's so fucking exhausted. It's ruining everything. It's ruining everything. Everything. If my friend is sick and in the hospital's 2 hours away, I don't say, it's my self-care day, I can't help. I'm driving 2 hours to your hospital. I'm driving to your hospital. But like, we have this like weird grind mindset of, oh, I don't have to do that. And they should still show up for me. I think everybody's just so exhausted they can't imagine putting other people before them. And it's just like not fathomable. It's like it will kill our entire ecosystem of humanity to not put other people beside yourself or above yourself at certain points of time. Being a good person is uncomfortable sometimes. Going out and doing laborious work, uncomfortable, sometimes necessary to better a community. Bro, whatever.
Hi everyone. How is
Stupid.
everyone?
Anyways, here's what I would suggest. I haven't spent any money on this game. I don't know, like I've reached a point where like morally, I don't know what's positive or negative because at this point in my job, I think it's honestly kind of fucking hard to not play games with AI. I want to play this game. I don't want you to give the game any money. I personally would like to put on my screen, don't give this game any money. I've already been sponsored by this game, can't take it back. Probably might be in trouble for talking about it negatively, but like, don't use AI. I don't understand. Don't be racist and don't use AI. Like two things back to back with sponsorships. Like, um, whatever. The most that I think people spend in this game is like $3.40. If I would suggest you're gonna play Heartopia, I would like to continue playing Heartopia. Don't give them any money. The way games make money is through you spending money on them. It's a gacha game. The only way they make money is if you spend money on the game. Okay? It should be illegal for a video game company to sponsor you without disclosing they use AI. 120%. Like now going into everything I move forward, any new game, I have to ask, did you use generative AI in any single portion of this game? And if I found out you're lying, then I will sue you. And that's going to have to be put in my contract somehow. Because I think what video game people like on the other end, when before they pay influencers, don't understand, your stupid shit you do affects me. It affects me. It affects my brand. Somebody looks it up and is like, well, she took a sponsorship from a game. They don't know the timeline. They don't know. People will see that and not know the timeline, not know I didn't know, and just assume. Like the internet is forever. So when you do stupid shit, it gets tied to the people that you tie it to. It's like the same time. It's like the time we were playing that rat cooking game. And I was like, some of this shit looks like AI. And then we found out that some of it is AI and it's never disclosed. It's never disclosed. They want to lie about it. And that's what's really scary is that people think they can lie about it.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. That my streamer.
Legally, I think you should ask other people in chat, Crystal, because I can't.
Just wanted to send in love and hugs today.
Thank you. The Root Trees game is AI? Yeah, they're my new glasses. This is what I'm saying. Like, it literally feels like It's from Target, but I think like 2 or 3 years ago. Can somebody answer Crystal? I know Zilla's so sorry. I'm drinking a Coke, so I'm just burping. Can Zilla? I know you just said something in chat. Can you say it again for Crystal? I honestly sometimes like today was like really hard parenting wise because my son didn't take a nap. Very unrelated. And I had a really shitty morning, okay? So he was really grumpy, okay? And how do I phrase this? Well, like parenting is hard because parenting is hard. It's hard. It's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. It's parenting, okay? And I could make it a lot easier on myself. But I could also make him dumb. Oh, no, I think I'm just gonna do it the hard way. I think that all the time. Like, whenever I see people who are like, oh my God, being a parent is so easy. It's the best thing ever. It's so easy, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, do I love my son? Yeah. Is parenting fun? A lot of the time? Yeah. Is it really, really hard? Yeah. And it would be stupid for anybody to tell you it's not. Nobody like hesitates on if they want to have a kid or not because they know it's so easy. Huh? Like nobody once is like, I don't know if I want to have kids. It's so easy. Like what? Hi, Matt. Hard and frustrating and hard and frustrating but rewarding. Literally life without AI. It's hard and it's frustrating and it's rewarding. It's like have you ever done a puzzle game? Have you ever Now, hold on, because this is like a gamer stretch. Have you ever played Animal Crossing from the beginning? No time hopping, no treasure islands. Okay? The best feeling in the whole world. We all want to go back to it. Do I play Animal Crossing now? Do I do it kind of the lazy way because I've played it so many times? Yeah. But is the original way more rewarding? Of course it is. Of course it is. It's harder. And then when things are hard, you get rewarded because you worked so hard. I think that you have to be socially awkward and try to be part of community anyways. Being socially awkward doesn't stop you from being part of a community. You're allowed to be social and still be socially awkward. Don't let being socially awkward stop you from being social. Just acknowledge I'm socially awkward and sometimes I'm awkward and then do it anyways. Like, this is hard and I'm doing it anyways. I'm awkward and I'm doing it anyways. Yeah, you feel awkward about it because you're so aware that you think you're awkward, but other people absolutely probably aren't thinking that. Also, I would like to say sometimes I think when people are awkward, I'm sometimes awkward. I think it's endearing. Like, I've never been like, they were so fucking awkward. I've been like, oh, they were so fucking mean. I think that here's the hard part. Because we live in such an individual society, it's hard to do things alone in a group. It's hard. Nobody likes it. That's why we're on the internet. That's why you're on the internet. But do it anyways. At least once a week. Go out and do it anyways. And then when you're out, I don't know, maybe you're a mom like me, and you're at the park or you're at the library and the moms are there and they're alone too, start a conversation. If you're at a coffee shop and a person is alone too, and maybe they're older, that's a safer bet. Start a conversation. Seriously, dead ass. Like either somebody's either gonna be not very nice, or they're gonna have a conversation with you, or they're gonna shut you down, or they're gonna have a conversation with you. I feel like the gateway to social anxiety is small talk. Like you just have to be like, bro, coffee's taking a long time today. That smells so good. What did you get? I like your nails. I like your hair. Where did you get them done? Nova made a friend in the woods talking about murder. Anything's possible. Anyways, I don't know how we got here. We've gone on a tangent, but typical. Anyways, I'm still going to play Heartopia, but I will not be playing Heartopia without a banner on my screen that says, Heartopia used generative AI. Please don't spend money on it. I don't care if that's wrong. I don't care if it makes a company hate me. I don't care if it puts me at risk. I'm just like not going to play games for AI and suggest anybody play or pay money for them. I just don't. If it was a paid to play game, I think I would feel really differently, but I know that you guys are capable of not spending money on it. No. Earrings are hurting.
Fuck yeah, long live Luxa Games.
Not too long. Not too long. A normal amount of time, Emma. Thanks, Herbs. I would like to also remind everybody I'm a human being, and at some point in life, I may make an incorrect decision. For instance, when I found out about the other brand deal recently, I was like, you guys are being silly willy. And then I found out that there was way worse stuff. And then I was wrong. So... And I would like to let you know that sometimes I think that like your fear about social anxiety or your fear about existing on the internet is like based on the fact that you feel like you could do something wrong. And I have something to tell you. You're going to do shit wrong. You're going to fuck up. Sometimes big, sometimes small. You're going to hurt people's feelings. People aren't going to like you. And you will learn. It's literally human. It's human. You didn't kill somebody. Nobody hates you. You're literally a human being. If you expect to not make any mistakes in life, it's like impossible. It's physically impossible. The whole, like, do you know how my son knows how to not touch the oven? He touched the oven. Guys, he touched the oven. Oh, it was hot. That is the root basis of how human beings become human beings. But that comes from a society where we feel like we are being constantly observed and judged. So like just, I think regardless of living in like a observations like fucking room setting, you just have to do it anyways. It is your life. It's your life. You only get to do it this one time. And whether people like you or they hate you, it is still only your life to make your right decisions. And maybe somebody won't like you. They probably won't like you. That's normal. It's hard and it doesn't feel good sometimes, but like, there's like a study recently that like the younger generation, some of y'all's generation, like are afraid to do things because you live in kind of a constant fear that it could be put on the internet. Like you're afraid to be weird, or you're afraid to do things that make you feel seen because you live in a constant surveillance state. To be cringe is to be free, bitch. I am cringy. It's true. I'll only get cringier with time. I've always been weird. Like, being cringe is just being, to some people, being weird. It's the same thing. Fran, you're telling me my entire 8 years of my life is on the internet. Whatever. Make your own decisions. Even if I don't agree with them, they're your decisions, and you're a human being, and only you get to make them, and that's your life. I also think, and I sometimes I feel like people don't like it when I say this. The societal idea that we shut people off when we don't agree with their decisions, to a certain extent, is damaging. It's damaging. It leaves no room for conversation, and it leaves no room for growth. There is a part of and a piece of humanity where if you can't leave a piece of your heart open to help other people understand, you cannot expect them to change. You can also not come at people with anger and expect them to change their opinions. It wouldn't work on you, and it's not going to work on them. Absolutely, there is a line. We all know there's a line. Most of us are gay. Tons of us are POC. Like, tons of us. Tons of y'all are POC. Tons of you are queer. There's obviously a line. You know where the line is. But there's that weird, we have a weird community where people will say, oh, you didn't cut your whole family off? Bitch, they will die with those opinions. They're not gonna, I can still love them. If they're not in the fucking KKK, like, they're not fucking Nazis. They're just old and dumb. Me with my cornrows. I just feel like in general, when it comes to generative AI conversations, shut up, Drac. When it comes to conversations about your family being queer, is it frustrating and time? It's the same thing with community. Is it frustrating and time consuming and awful to put up with? Of course it is. Am I asking you to? No. All I'm asking you to consider is that sometimes being nice and queer and forgiving, there's a reason why church works. And there's a reason church works. Why? Because when you need help and you need somebody, those people are there for them. Even, and there's no judgment. You know, like, that is the basis of why community and church is a thing. That idea we have of being like, fuck you, fuck this is wrong, this is bad, la, 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 la. There is an aspect of it, not everything, an aspect of it where you have to keep a piece of your heart, a little piece of your heart open. Because the harder you make yourself, the worse the world gets. Because, like, okay, say for instance, I'm gay, okay? My soup neighbors, they probably hated gay people. I think we can all assume my soup neighbors hated gay people. But every time we showed up, even if we were uncomfortable around them, we were pretty nice to them. They find out we're gay. They know we're gay. In your head, now I know, those people can say, well, I didn't know some gay people and they were pretty nice. You know? If you come at them and you're like, you're a bitch, I'm making assumptions about you, you know, there's just like you're not leaving the best review of yourself on the internet, like on other people. Thanks, Sam. Tell your homie I said hey. But I think that's what I'm saying. Like, you get to a point where, like, we've all gotten to that point. That's it. Like, you all get to the point where you know when the time is to make the decision. I just feel like this comes with, like, that. I don't think a lot of you are like this, but I feel like it comes with that decision where everybody's like, they say one wrong thing to me, they're out. Like, they say, like, you know what I mean? You say one wrong thing to me, you're out. I'm not showing up for you, but I want you to show up for me. And then you turn around and you expect everybody to be nice to you. That's the mentality I'm talking about, and I think it's very scary and sad. And I just, like, feel like the world is exhausting, and I get it. Like, I'm fucking with, I'm there too. I don't like it either. Everyone wants a villager, no one wants to be a villager. Yeah, of course they are. Well, America thrives on you being lonely and away from your family, and that nobody needs to help each other, because then capitalism thrives. Of course they want you to be alone. What do you mean you're saving money and living with your family? We're gonna judge you. How dare you? How will we afford to keep this country running if you all start taking care of each other? Yeah, exactly, Lunary. Like, some people, I just feel like yes. Yes. Bro. Anyways, on Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Emma. Can Greenland buy me? Okay. There's two other things we can talk about. And then I don't know what we're gonna do. Make a big fun banner that says we hate AI. Should we make a sign and put it in front of our houses in Heartopia? I think you really gotta stop thinking about other people. Literally me, Lunary. Two things. This one's not super fun, and I am going to talk about my cat that died. So if that's triggering, which I totally get, this is a warning. I'm not going to talk in depth. I'm just going to talk about the general idea, and I know some people who have experienced past life probably don't want to be here for that. Again? My cat being dead? Was that at me? Oh my god. I was like, Momo, how insensitive. You're not normally like this. I thought you were going to talk about that shit again. You just talked about it 2 days ago. If you weren't here and you don't know, Clover passed away. There's updates about it. I'm not going to go into details. If you don't also know, I voted to have a necropsy done because I don't think that it was all good. I don't feel like she was 100% well taken care of in the situation. So anyways, I picked her up this morning and drove her to go get her necropsy. Very strange experience because she sat in my passenger seat. I did get prints of her. I didn't take her to UF. I took her to the Animal Diagnostics Laboratory in Kissimmee, which is the Florida Department of Agriculture. So it's like where people take their like animals with mad cow. So it's like basically like if you need diagnostics done on any type of animal, or if you need necropsies, obviously they do it all there. Trying really hard not to think about why I'm not allowed to have her ashes back, but I know it's because she's being burned with multiple like creatures, so like not cool to think about. Anyways, I asked at the ER vet earlier this morning if they would give me prints of her there. I'm not allowed to have her back. A lot of necropsy places won't give you her back. Like, even if I went to UF, they probably wouldn't give me her back. But I knew that. I have her teeth, and I got prints of her done. They ink printed her nose and paws for me. If you want to see them, I posted them in Discord. I'm not like huge on like I need her body. I think ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I feel the same way about my own body. So it's not like a huge thing that I don't have her ashes. It's more so like it feels sad to be cremated in that way. Anyways, a very surreal experience. It was very sweet. Also, I found out that yesterday the vet that I believe killed my cat called me and left me a message to check on her, which I would like to say seems stupid because she knows the emergency vet I took her to, and she's more than capable as a vet to call that emergency vet and check on my cat. So that should have been your first go-to. You literally emailed her information to that place. I would like to say benevolent attribution wise, there's a chance she just didn't think. There's maybe a chance legally they didn't give her that information. I don't think that's true. I think they would do that. So okay, so like for how do I say this? Like I think in her head, let's put ourselves in her shoes. Maybe she's just a little out of it. Maybe she's had our work. I can't even imagine being a vet. Although today, did I very heavily debate becoming a veterinarian? Like literally driving today, I was like, I have no other option but to become a vet. Like, imagine going from not wanting to own a cat to being like, I have to go into veterinarian medicine. I have no other choice. This is like when you have like a moment where somebody becomes a supervillain, except I almost became a vet. There was a VOD from like 2 days ago. It's like not that I don't want to like cure anything or think that I'm better than her. But like the fact that but like the fact that like learning how much of veterinarian medicine isn't about cats is like very infuriating to hear about. Anyways, well, let's just all keep in mind this was my thought process driving to a necropsy place with my dead cat in my passenger seat. So like, was it sane? Probably not. Anyways, I was alone. My son was in school today until 3, so I woke up at 8 a.m., went and got her, drove her a little over an hour, and then was just there. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't really want to go home, and I don't really want to be here, so I didn't know what to do. So anyways, then so obviously you guys know that my mom suggested that I get another cat. I feel like she's left kind of a really big hole in our home, and I'm having a really hard time with it. And I was like, no, you're dumb. Anyway, so I started looking. There was a cat available in Orlando. I was in Kissimmee, which is basically Orlando. And his name is Mashed Potatoes. People don't like room temperature pizza? Pizza, the only food that people will eat and love at any temperature. Anyways. Potatoes and molasses. Anyways, I drove alone. Speaking of doing things alone, drove alone in my grief to a cat cafe to just hold some of these kittens. Or cats in general. So I drove there today, and so for an hour, like immediately after dropping this cat off for a necropsy, just sat there. It was pretty nice. Well, I like went to check in. It's like a cafe, and then through 2 doors, there's like a cat section, and it's run like all the cats are from the SPCA. So I like ordered a latte, and she was like, "Oh my god, you came on the best day." She looked like Leve. She was so sweet, and she was like, "There's 17 brand new kittens in there." She was like, "You're about to have the best morning of your life." She said, "Nobody is in there. You're alone, and there's 17 fresh kittens." I would like to say also yesterday I went with Bean to there's a pet store. Okay, yesterday was MLK Day, so Bean didn't have work, and then when Louis got dropped off, we ended up just like running errands together, and I was like, I kind of want to go to the pet store that's near our apartment because they host SPCA animals sometimes, and sometimes they like are older or like they don't have eyes or like they need help. And I was like, well, we should just go look. We went there and there was no cats. And then Louis wanted to see cats, and he was like, well, there's a SPCA in my town. So we drove there, and I have 2 dogs, and they're very sweet, gentle dogs. But I have 2 dogs, and none of the cats were like A, specifically listed as dog friendly, but B, young enough to be introduced to dogs without it being a huge taxing pain in the ass. Like if there's a senior cat that I don't know, even then with senior cats, like the idea of losing another pet so soon is just like too much for me. I think if I was in a different situation and I didn't have a toddler and this was before this traumatic incident, it would be very different. I kind of love the idea of giving a senior cat a home, but with dogs, I feel like it's very difficult. Anyway, so we were just there. There was a cat named Rodolfo, but he had feline HIV. And I just don't think I could do medically complex after what I just did. Like, there's a threshold to medically complex. He was so cute, you guys. He was like a big fucking 3-year-old cat. Also, I don't know how he used to with dogs. And he would not stop yelling. He was so cute. Well, I'm saying, like, if it was me pre my toddler and 2 years ago, you guys know me. I it. 3 medically complex guinea pigs. I'm in. I'm down. Having Clover, she was medically complex in a way where you knew her problem had a solution and she could possibly be healthy. And that was a cat that I loved so much. Of course, I was willing to struggle through that complexness with her. But going into it with like a cat that I'm not tied to for no reason at all, especially after what just happened, I just think sounds like more traumatizing than anything else. And I have like a lot of anxiety about it. Whatever. They were great. Louis had a great time. And then we went to get dinner. And at the dinner place, there's a place in my town that has like a traveling van of adoptable cats. They're everywhere. They're everywhere all the time. So you can like pay money that goes to the charity to spend like 15 minutes with the cats, and that all that money goes to the charity to support the cats. So we went and did that with Louis. He had a great time. Again, there was like a cat there named Pixie who was like losing his mind, jumping off the walls. Still a little too old to be introduced to dogs. Didn't like dogs. But very fun, Louis' energy. And there was a kitten, and he was very small and sweet, and his name was Gollum, and I really liked him. And I like talked to them about like what their adoption process is like. What I will say is that the cats inside of this movable van were very obviously sick. They were sneezing, and their eyes were weepy, and they weren't spayed, and they were very young. Not all of the cats, but the 2 very small kittens. And so I just have like 2 very... Why were they not taken care of yet? And why would you have like kittens that are very obviously perhaps ill doing like a meet and greets? Anyways, so I was like, what's the worst thing that could happen about going to this cat cafe? Because like whatever happened yesterday, I will also say at the SPCA, obviously like me and Bean are not together, but we're both gay and we have a kid. So it's like, if you see my ex and then you see me and then you see a toddler, you're like, look at those homos. And the woman who was like the founder of my SPCA, like wouldn't leave us alone. Fine. You probably don't want to leave like 2 strange people and a toddler like in your cat rooms. But her energy was so weird. Like, she was like, first of all, she was taking phone calls in the cat rooms that we were in. Second of all, one of the phone calls she took, she accidentally had put it on speakerphone, and she was pressing her phone to the thing, and it was like beeping a button. Me. And the lady was like, I'm so sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. It sounds like somebody's pressing a button. And she was like, nobody is pressing a button. I need to know when my appointment is. And I was like, to Bean, I was like, should you go help her? Like, she needs help. But she just kept, it literally felt like that was the energy in the room. Like, she was just like, I'm just on the phone. You know when you get racially profiled? Not me, but like, yeah, have you ever been racially profiled? Have you ever been profiled for like being gay in public and they're like doing kind of one of these? You know? You see, like, today, it's my cornrows. Shut up, Drag. I beat you to the punchline. Please. AI loving POC Luxie games. She was like, I don't like the look of them. Also, like, I kind of get, like, I get the hesitancy towards shelters because nobody wants to, like, see an animal get returned to a shelter. You know? Totally get it. But it, like, also felt like, because I did go to the SPCA cat cafe this morning. It's almost like they don't want you to adopt cats sometimes, or animals. Like, they're like, I don't know, do you have a 401k? And 2 homes? Because if you don't have a 401k and 2 homes, you can't have any of these animals. Dude, So stop, Drake. I'm gonna start calling you Drock. So I had a very lovely time. I walked in. I did see mashed potatoes. He was fucking nuts. Like, in the best way possible. There's no way I could describe him other than he reminds me so much of my toddler. To the fact that he scared me. Him and his sister, he was a white and gray. I bet I could find a photo of him. Let me find them. I didn't take a photo of that one. I found him. Oh my god, and mashed potatoes is such a good name. Like, he was the reason I wanted to go in because he's like, literally, I've never seen a cat so cute in my life. He's so stinking cute, you guys. Just ignore that you can see all of your stuff. It's popped up over there. Hold on, hold on. Let me pull them out. He's really cute, but he was crazy. Like, actually crazy. Like, I kind of was scared for the dogs. Like, they might beat him up. Sorry, for some reason, my son fucked up my OBS and it won't allow me to put any of my, my stuff back into OBS, so they're just free floating right now. But, oh my god, guys, he was so cute. Like, precious. This is just he was so cute. But I sat down to see the cats and I was on this couch and this cat jumped up and like curled up into my lap and played with me for a second and fell asleep, and she was just, oh my god, you guys, she's so cute.
Happy 47.
Okay, here. I can actually pull all this information up because it's not like it's nowhere near me. So it's not like I'm like doxing myself. Anyways. Oh my god, you guys. She's like, I don't even know how to describe her texture because she's like medium but long hair, but like she has these scraggles. Sorry. She was so sweet, like so unbelievably precious. Angel hairs. Anyways, there's a ton of them because a bunch of I'm just going to pull them up. I will say my biggest benefit about the SPCA is all of these animals are very healthy. Can I move you guys over here? Sorry, guys. Did you want to see my stats? They're very healthy, and they're all named after this batch. They're all named after. They were a litter. Why? Is this two different scenes? What happened to the cat I was literally just clicking on? Hello? We know about mashed potato. Oh, it's split paged. Can I close the right view? Okay, thank you. Anyways, they're all named after flowers. They like all came in the same day. The lady was like, "You're so lucky. What a magical day." I was like, "I really needed that. Thank you." So they're all vaccinated and spayed and very healthy and sweet. I will say there's another cat I really liked. Where were they? Are they not on here? They only had one eye. I love them. And then mashed potatoes had a sister who's all gray. But like off of the vibes, like she was just like, her name is Rose. She's so sweet. I also hung out with Chive today. Is Chive on here? No. Chive also was so sweet. I can't even handle them. They were so cute. Emma, would you not get a cat with one eye? She was vibing. Oh, it was Gravy. That's their sibling. And Gravy was like running around the cat cafe hissing at everyone. At everyone. Every cat, every human. Like, you know that scene in Aristocats Cats where they're like... She's so funny. And then she got so tired, she curled up in somebody's jacket and fell asleep. Oh my god, noob. Anyways, I ended up talking to like the people that work there, and that side were like kind of like older volunteers for the SPCA. She was like, "Oh, how are you?" I was like, "Not really, not great." I was like, I rescued this cat and I was just so in love with this cat. I never expected to have a cat, and she passed away. I was like, and I actually just had to take her to get a necropsy, and I thought I would just like come here to hold a kitten. And try to make myself feel a little better. And she was like, "Oh, well, you need the baby in your lap." She was like, "Okay, well, I have photos of her if you'd like to see her asleep in my lap." I also have pictures of Gollum. But you can even see like how he just was not feeling very good. I don't like the idea of them not being spayed either. Like, I can't figure it out. I have trauma about it. Anyways, this was Rose on me today. Turn down the brightness. Oh, she was so cute. She was so comfy. Like, like full out. With her fresh spay belly out. Well, these are all spayed. It was Gollum that was from the random rescue that wasn't. No, Rose is like very healthy and already medically. There was no spay yet. Anyway, she's very cute. Anyways, I put in a form for her just to like see what the process is, because I don't know what it is, but it feels like everybody's like so fucking vague. Whatever. It's like they want you to apply, but they won't tell you anything at all. Also, I will say the other one that had Gollum, that other place that wasn't the SPCA, they were like, I was like, "Oh, well, what is your adoption fees look like? What's your structure for your charity and whatever." She was like, "Well, we just charge like dependent on the cat," which feels very like you don't have like a hierarchy of paying for all of your strays. Like, so do you just charge people one thing and then nothing else? So is it like they look like you're gonna get a lot of money from them, so you charge them more? I would like to say candidly, if I was to get this cat, like I would not keep her name Rose. Rose is my childhood best friend, who is also my ex's name. So, and much love to them, a wonderful, beautiful human being. I think it would be weird if they found out I had a cat named after them. It just feels like weird energy. Yeah, she's very small. We would rename her for sure. Just say you're a doctor. I do love Doctor Who. Ford F-150 is so funny. Anyways, I applied, and I don't know, the process was very strange because I've been emailing them back and forth all day. Lots to say. What I will say is totally normal questions. They were like, where do you live? Are you allowed to have animals on your lease? Blah, blah, blah. Of course I am. I also don't have any pets on my lease right now because I have ESA. So I can have pets on my lease. That's how that works. And so, she witchy, and absolutely. And I think I literally said I would rather give more money to the charity for kittens because I think that's fair, because I would rather encourage people to adopt senior cats. I just don't think that would be good for my setup. It was the other place. It was like they would charge whatever for whatever cat, and you have no guideline. Like for the SPCA, like you know a generalized amount for each cat, you know, but like not just like random amounts for whatever cat based on the day and your vibe. So like what, you're racist and you're going to charge that person like $100 more? Like it just seems sketchy. I'm not worried about like standard adoption. I wanted to say like I'm not judging or bitching about adopting a cat fee. Obviously, I feel like you guys know I would love to raise money for things like the Humane Society. So, I just went to look at, no, you're not wrong. I went to look at cats today because I'm, I don't know, I'm coping. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's helping me. So either the task of looking to adopt a new cat is distracting me enough. Also, I got told that I won't know the necropsy results for 30 days. And I know I have to talk to that vet tomorrow. So I just feel sick to my stomach. 30 business days, by the way. I just don't want anybody to think that like if I get another cat, it's because I just like I'm insensitive to the fact that I just lost like one of, like, I'm not kidding. Like the whole, like, imagine going from like the I don't even have a cat, I'm not getting a fucking cat, to changing me into a cat person. Like she's just the best. You know what I mean? I just don't want anybody to think that I'm just like, yeah, fuck that cat, on to the next one. It's also like I literally completely revamped my entire house specifically for a cat. Entirely for her. Okay, so whatever. I say that I have 2 dogs. They know where I live. They have all my info. I have literally nothing to hide. I'm not trying to hide a goddamn thing. I send like my dog's records because obviously we need to know if my dogs have their vaccines. Totally. She messages me back. This is fucking nuts, by the way. She messages me back and she's like, oh, hey, just noticed I don't see Jane's rabies vaccination on your vaccination sheet. And I said, obviously she's wrong. Jane goes and my dogs both get all of their vaccinations every year. I know because it's a pretty penny. And so I went in, I called her. I didn't go in, I called her, my other vet, my office. And I said, hey, can you get me Jane's rabies forms? They weren't included on the list of vaccinations I got emailed. She said, oh, she's not up to date on her rabies. And nobody's called me. And you know what's weirder? She was due for her rabies at the last time I had an appointment and they didn't give it to her. So did somebody forget to give her fucking rabies shot? Or did they give her a rabies shot and forget to fill it out? Because there's no way somebody would tell me my dog. There's no way. Like in hell. It's required. It's required. Well, they do like a vaccination bundle, but it's like whatever they need for the year. So I don't think it's listed like individually. I can look. She said in their forms, I said, here's what I said. I said, there's a chance there's another form of paperwork because I've just gone through a separation. It could have been under my ex's name. It could be under my name. Can you look under this name? Can you look under my name? blah, blah, blah. Regardless, if they didn't vaccinate my dog for rabies, and they, by the way, it was due September of 2025. Nobody's called me? You didn't think, hey, Jane's due for rabies? Not only that, but my very anal Virgo ex gets all of the emails and forwards all of them to me. So they didn't email, they didn't text me. And then they're like, oh, well, we can get her in like next week. And I was like, first of all, no, like I would like her to get it done, but also can't even consider adopting a new cat or rescuing a cat until she has her rabies done. So then I have to message this place back. I look fucking like awful. And I'm like, look like I'm lying. And I was like, I said, literally, I said, I am so sorry. And also, thank you, because I had no idea. There was literally recently a rabies outbreak in my county. And they were like, make sure your pets have their rabies vaccine. And I was like, my dogs have all their vaccines. Anyways, I was like, thank you for letting me know. Like, I truly had no idea. Then I spent like 45 minutes like calling every vet around to find Jane a place where she could get a rabies shot tomorrow. I tried to look today, but I didn't want to go to Petco. I don't know. The idea of the Petco vet kind of scares me. Maybe they're better than my last few. I haven't had good luck and I'm kind of nervous. Anyways, I found a place. She's getting a rabies shot at 9 a.m. So I'm not going to be live at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Jane's getting a rabies shot. Very important. In Florida, they don't give you a tag. You have to file separately for the tag to be sent to you. I think Petco is dependent on which vets you have at your, like, it's like any place. They're still vets. It just depends on where you're going. And like, if you're just going to get like a rabies shot, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to get Jane's full workup. It's not time for it yet. But like, Humane Society and SPCA didn't have anything available for like a week and a half. So anyways, I'm going tomorrow. They already called and got everything from my previous vet. So we're good on her transferring her stuff. They told me I have to file to get the tag in the mail. Which, like, why wouldn't you do? I don't know, guys. I'm finding out now that I don't think I like any of my vets. Exactly, Jesse. They're not going to be even. So what it sounds like is my vet is lazy. Then if they're requiring me to do the paperwork, they're like, we don't do the paperwork, you have to do it. Did you really yell? Depends on your county. Well, anyways, I like message her. Well, okay, so then like I don't know about you. Maybe it's a former gifted kid thing, or maybe like goody two shoes kid, because I was a goody two shoes and a gifted kid. But I don't like to feel like I'm like about to get in trouble. And like filing for a cat or like anything to be adopted, I feel like I'm about to get in trouble because like it feels like I'm being like investigated. And like I think I'm a bang up fucking pet owner. Like you know what I mean? Like I know I put in the hours and the work. I know everybody else sees it. I also know that like I go out of my way to raise money for animals that need it. So like I know I'm not, but I feel like I'm like, you know, I feel like I'm like being judged. Speaking of, I overnighted a bed for the office in here because Jane has been sleeping on a blanket. It's just not soft enough for my old lady. I I also don't need anybody to be like, you're such a good, I don't need you to pat my back. Like, I'm just saying, like, in my opinion of myself, like, I don't get why I'm so anxious when I know in my heart, like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. Anyway, so your joints queen. Dude, Jane hates her joints. Jane still, to this day, I sometimes will have to be like, Jane, get out from under the bed. And she's like crawling out from the under the bed like the fucking like Grudge. Still, I'm anxious. Like, I know that legally they can't count my ESAs as part of my pet rent or like as pets in my unit. Like the unit apparently, okay, so then they email me back. She says, I called your apartment complex. I don't think she did. I think she just Googled it. And there's a 2 pet limit and you already have 2 dogs. So you are, you've been canceled out from being able to apply for the cat. So I responded and I said, under the law, I don't have 2 pets. I have 2 emotional support animals. They're not pets. I don't pay rent for them. I don't have, you know what I mean? Like I didn't pay deposit. Like they're my emotional support animals. And I was like, I have their paperwork. Their paperwork has been filed with my apartment complex. Like everybody knows the dogs are here. I'm not trying to lie to anybody. Everybody knows. I'm 32 and I don't want to feel like I'm in trouble. So like, let's get one thing straight. Listen, Casey, we don't want to talk about that one. We don't talk about that one. But because I hadn't put her on yet. Because I just moved. So then I was like, okay, so I know that she's allowed. So I had to like write back and be like, so like I have ESAs. And she's like, well, can you call? I'm saying, Emma, originally when I applied, I was like, should I, because I know apartment complexes can be such a bitch about this, should I just go through my parents? Like, should I just go through my parents' address and not deal with the hassle of like having people investigate my apartment complex? I don't know. Well, Scabatha was snuck in, but I wanted to put her on the lease, but that bitch didn't give me enough fucking time. I was kind of in the middle of moving, and then before that, we were like in the middle of deciding if she would get along with the pet, so there hasn't been really a lot of time. Anyways, well, I don't think they actually even called my apartment complex. I don't think they did, because then I said, because they would know, if she called my apartment complex and said blankety blank is looking to adopt a cat, they would say, okay, she has 2 ESAs, which means there's a 2 pet limit, which means she could have a cat. And my apartment complex knows I would pay a deposit. So like there's no, she didn't want to be on the lease. She wanted to be horny and she didn't want to be on the lease. She said, I'm a stray and you better not put me on a lease. Anyways, then, okay, this is where it got like whiplash. I think all of these are like probably normal to make sure that the people aren't lying. Because you don't want, I'm not in any way negating the charity. I think they're doing their best. I just felt like the way it was being phrased, I felt like I was being attacked, and it's probably just my anxiety. And shut up, Emma Whimsy. Bro, signed letter from your 84-year-old grandfather's crazy. Personalization. Oop, my therapist calls that personalization. Well, anyways, she responded back to this because like I obviously have very legitimate illness mentally and ESA paperwork. And I said, here's her paper. Like I literally was like, let me just show you I just know people lie on this shit. So I was like, here's my ESA paperwork. Like, I'm not lying. Like, my dogs are ESA animals. And she responded back and was like, oh, totally fine. You're back in the running. I I've had a bad enough day. Can you not like assume I'm in the wrong? Because it's making me feel nervous. And so, dude, okay, so this is what it is. Then she said, okay, can you show me proof that you've paid the pet deposit for Rose, the cat? And I said, 5 seconds ago, you told me I wasn't allowed to have the cat. I literally responded and said, I'm 19. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, wait, stop. Okay, I look 19. Stop. He looks 19 to you? I'm your mother's age! And hop her nipple. You say, hey, mom, and she's actually a mother. A baby has sucked on these titties. Okay. Guys, stop talking. It's giving slash mother. Us? Oh, we're the problem. Whatever. I responded and said, before I pay the pet deposit, does that mean that I'm am I in the running to get the cat? Like 5 seconds ago, it sounded like you fucking hated me, or you just thought I wasn't eligible, and now like all of a sudden I'm allowed to get the cat? She was like, because I was like, I said, would it be easier if I emailed my apartment complex and had them say, you can have a cat and you have 2 ASAs? I said, do you need to speak to them? It's like when you're like, do you want to talk to my mommy? You want to talk to my mom? Literally stolen time. That's what I said. Like the way it was communicated, like back and forth, was just so lackadaisical. Like I wish it was just like, hey, here's the process. It just was being communicated so strangely. I don't know. Exactly what I said, Amanda. I said, so I'm just gonna read these emails because I feel nuts. I said, would it be more helpful to have a confirmation email from my leasing office for you to confirm a new addition is possible and that my dogs are already registered ESAs? That works. Can you also include proof of your pet fee being paid to your apartment for Rose? I said, of course. I just want to confirm before I pay a pet deposit for Rose. Will that mean she's 100% okay to come home with me? I just didn't want to put a deposit down before that was approved. If that's the case, I believe my apartment will require her vaccination and paperwork to ensure she has her required shots. Like, I can't just like rock up to my apartment with like the hypothetical idea of an animal. They're going to be like, okay, you're paying pet for what? Anyways, she was like, why don't you wait until you get your dog's rabies vaccination tomorrow? And I was like, okay, I guess. It's a dream deposit. The LaCroix of having a pet. Anyways. Send us a signed photo and $200 in cash. It literally was like between the 2 emails before that, she was like, you are not eligible in the slightest. To, by the way, we need to see proof you paid a pet deposit. Oh. Okay. I don't think that it's not normal. I think it's kind of like, Okay, there's two ways I feel about this. I think that, in my personal opinion, paying pet deposits and pet rent is predatory and stupid. And that where I live, pet deposits and pet rent don't even cover if anything were to happen to like your carpet or like any part of the apartment. My dogs have like pissed on the carpet before, but Jane's fucking old. Or like a dog's thrown up. You know what I mean? Like it's normal. That pet deposit doesn't even cover that. So it's just predatory. Specifically, I know specifically sections of the Humane Society work on legal, like the legal side of pet deposit, pet rent, and pet laws, because it is weird. Because for me, I don't think the deposit makes sense. Because if you're going to tell me, oh, you have to pay a deposit for your dogs, okay, or a cat, and it's $500, $250. Then when I move out, you say, oh, well, your carpet was kind of messed up, so we have to replace the whole thing. I have to pay extra, and why wouldn't that be me not getting my deposit back? I said this today, Fox, because we were talking about it to Kayla. They're like, they're not gonna let you have a cat in your house, but they're gonna let you have a 3-year-old. Okay, have you guys met a 3-year-old? He's very strong. I just feel like it doesn't. What I don't understand is like people being mandated to pay pet deposits, and it doesn't cover what they're calling damages in my home. Which, by the way, in any apartment I've ever moved out of, I've taken video. Spotless. I can't change. Dude, guys, sometimes my toddler pisses on the floor more than any dog has. He's being potty trained. Like he's more dangerous. Whatever. Anyways, Jane's getting rabies tomorrow, and then I've already messaged my apartment complex asking like what the process is to add a deposit to the apartment. Because like regardless of if it is specifically this cat, I would like to have another cat in the home. I don't really want to take down this beautiful cat thing I hung up, and I want somebody to use it, and it's really depressing that it's not the cat of my dreams. So, you know what I mean? I just can't look at it every day and not have somebody putting it to very good use. Jane's fine. She's just getting rabies shots. She's good. She was like, hi, Shella. Anyways, on the topic of that, moving out of that, but in the same frame, obviously, over the past week, what has happened is I had a cat. She got very sick. She wasn't supposed to die, and she died. And if you think that it's gonna be like weird for you that I don't cry every time, it's just that I can't anymore. Like it's gone. Like I have to. That's not true. It's mostly just anger now. I literally saw that fucking vet called me today, and she was in the passenger seat of my car, and I screamed card, you fucking bitch. And then I was like, so sorry, Clover. Like I know you're deceased, but like I literally like cried writing about her today, but it's just like I'm dry. Like I can't do it now. I'm just angry. Like I know that's how grief works, but I don't want somebody to feel like I am callous about it. I'm just like so frustrated and over it. I don't think fostering would be a great idea with a toddler because I think it would hurt him to get attached. But if I owned my own home, I think it would be different. And maybe when I own my own home in the future, I would love to. Anyways, I wanted to say, obviously, through all of that, she amassed quite a large sum of vet bills. And through that sum of vet bills, some of them have been returned to me because she died, that bitch. And she didn't use up all of the vet fees I paid for her. I don't know what the process will be with the vet. Here's how I feel right now. If I find out she did something wrong, how I feel and move forward about the vet that did surgery on her is dependent on my call with her tomorrow. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but if the vet is forthcoming and kind and understanding and then I think I will feel very differently. Versus if she's very defensive or whatever and like blah, 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 then I think if I find out it's on her, there's a chance I would like to pursue legal action, because it's very dependent on how it's handled. I don't know if she's going to try to return surgery fees. I don't know. So I will have and already have more money than that was needed. I literally told you guys to stop donating yesterday and you kept donating. Why did you do that? I wasn't even live. So as far as I know right now, at least $2,400 of her $6,000 vet visit that was cut short was returned to me. Which obviously I think should have been done because she didn't make it through all of that medication. The reason I'm telling you this is that I don't know if I'm going to get $3,000 more back. I don't want to keep all of your money. I'm not, okay, first of all, I would never spend it on myself. Like, any money I've gotten from this is going back into what was spent, or excess would go to another cat, a shelter, a donation, something, not myself. The fees for the donations you gave me, because obviously I have to take taxes out of the donations you gave me. If you, I don't know how to say this. If you donated to keep Clover alive or to cover a vet bill, and I now have more money than is needed, and you need that money back, or you don't feel like it's appropriate for me to keep it, please email me. My email is luxygames@gmail.com. I will need to know where you donated it, how you donated it, what time, what your name would be under, and I can try to return that to you. I don't want you to feel like I'm here to keep your money. Asking for donations to cover vet bills or asking if anybody wanted to help out is in no way some sort of scam. I don't want to use your money for personal uses. I don't want it. I don't want any hassle. If you need that money and you want that money back, if you feel like you can't, I just need the information. I don't know 100% how to get it to you yet. I might need to know. I will email you. If I can't, because if it's on PayPal, I absolutely can return it to you. Some of you tip through like the Steam Elements page. I can look into that one. I'm just saying, I know that some people, I just want you to know that if you feel like, oh, she got all that extra money and she kept it, I just don't want anybody to feel that way. Basically, what I've been doing so far is keeping, like, so far her emergency vet visit was $5,700. And then like $1,200 for the other ER visit, and then 3.3. I can't do that because I just did thousands. 3 for her surgery. So she's like amassed like over about 11K. But I got 2,400 of that back today. So now we're looking at about 8K plus the 200 for the necropsy. So a little over 8K, but people have donated like over $10,000. I'm just letting you know. I know all of you are going to be like, oh, you don't have to, but if you need it, if you don't want to have donated it, if you don't feel like I need that money because she's passed, if you, for any reason, and don't feel judged, I'm not judging you. I'm not mad at you. Nobody's upset with you. I'm not being a bitch about it. Just let me know. Just email me. That's it. I don't know how to make, I can put it in the...
Take this money, whore. Non-derogatory.
Thank you. I don't know how else to put it. I just feel like when you donate because you like desperately want to help somebody and a dog or a cat or something, and then that money is returned to that person and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I don't want you to feel like that if that was the case. I know nobody here really feels like that, but if you do and you need that back, let me know. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. What a weird time to do that. Not weird. I just mean like, I'm like, I'll give you your money back. Thank you for the money. I just don't, you know what I mean? That being said, I would like to, depending on how the conversation with the vet goes tomorrow, and if she refunds me, I don't know what the situation is with that, recalculate how much was raised over the past few days, take taxes out of it, and see what we have extra, and let you guys vote on what you would like to do with the money, if that's towards adopting another cat, because you don't have to adapt. Like, when we rescued Scabby, it was like, do you guys want to help me rescue this cat? This is more like, I've lost an animal and I want to replace him. That's on me. This is just like a personal thing. I don't need your money for that. I'm more than capable of doing that myself. Thank you, Shroom. I was about to say, I have a giant charity stream planned for the Humane World for Animals next month as well. So we could also take that money and donate it towards that. We could also, I was thinking that if we do rescue a cat, it would be fun to let you guys have the option to name them again. Because I know everybody liked that before. I think it's fun that you guys get to have a say or an option in it, especially as the cats and dogs obviously all become kind of like symbols of stream. I also, it's fine.
The trio love you. 2 hearts emoji.
Fuck you, Drac. You know what? And I know a lot about black hair care, and I just don't know how much you donated, but I can't say for certain it would cover a full head of cornrows. Especially on a white girl, because it'd be like, I don't know. I think I'm going to charge her extra. Because this is stupid. So anyways, after we calculate it, I just want you to know that as of right now, there is a surplus. And I don't want anybody to feel like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like use your money to go to Hawaii. I wouldn't go to Hawaii. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to use your money to go like on an international vacation. That's just like not what's happening. Just get one cornrow, and it's my center part. Guys, and honestly, I debated going live at the cat cafe this morning because it felt sad that you guys weren't able to see the cats, but I was like literally like sitting there holding this cat like this, by the way. Me with this cat. Eiffel Tower stream is crazy. This is the sex position. I would take you guys. I could probably call and ask if that would be okay, but take the extra money and go to vet school. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think the extra 2,400 is gonna cover 8 years of schooling. Because I don't have a bachelor's degree. I would buy 2 books. Got a fun vet school. I really did heavily consider becoming a doctor at the beginning because I was like very fascinated with health stuff, but I fear animal surgery would hurt my heart. Vetathon coming school. Coming soon. Coming school. I do. I have a PhD in bullshit. Anyways, I think raising money for animals in need might be as close as I get to vet school. I was just feeling very frustrated in the car this morning. I was a doula. If you weren't a streamer, what would you even do? I don't know. At this point in time, I'd probably go into community management because I'm pretty good at it. Look at my community. Aren't they managed well? That being said, we did have plans to do like a lot of charity rewards that were cat specific from our original fundraisers for the Humane Society. Specifically, one of them was to dress up like Clover. I'm not going to do that. And if you're mad at me about it, that's fine. Absolutely, 100% I will still be doing everybody's Canva stuff. I can absolutely dress up like dogs. If we rescue another cat, we can consider that. I'm just not gonna dress up like my dead cat. I think it's weird. Anyways, that's just that's all the things I could think of. Like, obviously I have anxiety and a lot has been going on since you passed, but like, it's like one of those things where you just like don't expect somebody to pass, and then you're like, well, I've made a lot of promises specifically regarding this cat, who I love very much. She said, you better not dress up like me. I'm gonna die. And she was serious. She was serious about that. She said it to me. There can only be one. It's okay. Sorry. If dark humor is not your thing, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but yo, we gotta get through somehow. Just so you know, and I just know that we've bonded on a deep emotional level because of it. It's like, you ever get like crime videos, and like sometimes in the crime videos they'll be like, just as a reminder, it's very normal to laugh or smile in times of like grief, or like when you hear distressing news, because like human beings like literally don't know how to react. So I feel like that's where like that desire for dark humor comes from, because you're just like, I think yeah, sometimes it's very haha funny, and sometimes I'm driving in my car on the freeway with my dead cat in my passenger seat, screaming and crying at the top of my lungs. Sometimes I'm on FaceTime and the dogs are all in my bed, and I go to say the gang's all here, and then I realize the gang's not all here, and then I start hysterically crying. Sometimes there's a bowl of cat food that's still in your bathroom that you can't clean out because it's too stressful for you, because it was the last thing you fed her. Duality and balance. And can I say, she is really saving some cash money, because shoes are getting expensive. And leggies, I get it, because is the cat's litter box still there? It's the bowl of food, and underneath it, the litter box. Everything else I put into a box, but like those two things, and that was the room where she slept last. So it's just like, I don't even want to pee in there right now. I don't want to talk about it. And I was doing really good. I was doing really good. Anyways, that cat I saw today was really cute. Look at her. Is it helping? It is kind of helping, because look at her mouth. Are you kidding? Oh my god, Leggy, she's so cute. Look. Dude, she was asleep so hard that I like would pick up her leg and it would just go back down again. I would also like to say that I really appreciate you guys. Like, not like for everything that's happened over the past few days in general, obviously, like I really appreciate like your financial assistance, but that's like not what I meant. But like, I really appreciate so many of you guys like checking in and commenting, and I feel like writing updates like kept me feel like I had like something to focus on when she was going through it. So I just really appreciate everybody like commenting and being so helpful. So yeah, I don't know. I also feel like weirdly like I don't know. I feel like, I'm sure maybe most people feel this way. Like, I feel gross even like seeing or talking about getting another cat, but I also feel like it's helping, just the considering it. It's been really nice to even see cats the past few days, and like simultaneously very sad, but I appreciate not feeling super judged. I'm sure some people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. We can ask my therapist. It is diagnosed anxiety disorder. I also have ADHD. Definitely some trauma. So I don't know. I just feel gross. Like, it's so gross to go from like scream crying to being like, I'm gonna take another one home right now. I know. My only wish is that like I could walk outside and like a stray would just jump into my arms and like I would know that she's like the one that needs, like they're the one that needs help. Not that like all rescue cats aren't cats that need help, because they are cats that need help. They're rescue cats. Like the litter that is all like named all after the flowers, which is the one that I applied for as litter. It was a rescue mom's last litter and she passed. They're just all kittens whose mom just died. I know. I want to talk to Amanda about like maybe finding so Humane World for Animals is like not your local humane society. While they are kind of the same, Humane World for Animals is separate than your like local humane society. But humane societies are like place to place versus like their big overarching like world dominating one. But I would like to talk to her about like doing more like on the ground like cat. I don't know. I feel like now more than ever, like I feel like it's been like kind of fun to go from like, I've obviously been a dog mom for so long, care a lot about my dogs. Stray dogs are just nowhere near as common as stray cats. Like, and so I feel like I just have a newfound appreciation for what's it called? The capture and release, where they capture and spay and neuter cats and release them. DNR. Thank you. I wanted to call it DNR. That's my trauma speaking. I'm putting something up on my screen. I just wanted to read. I wanted to make like some some anti-AI art in Heartopia for no reason at all. I would love to visit Aldeas. Okay. Did you build the snowman in AC&H wrong? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna join this really quickly. Oh. Because I'm getting the password wrong. Oh, okay. What? I'm about to get banned. I got it. Oh my god, that was really scary. Love you, Jesse. Good night. What do you mean Breezy has a pool? You can have pools? Okay, hold on. Let me make some art for my screen really fast. just wanted to get that like right where it needs to be. You know what I mean? I said it earlier, I'll say it again. The game is free. Don't spend money on it. You don't need to spend money on the game. There's literally no reason to spend money on the game. And until they completely denounce using AI or replacing all the AI in it, then it's not that we know of it's a ton. It's literally just the puzzles, but... Anyway, shall we go get a peek? Like, it would not be hard for them to just get some artists to draw some of these puzzles. And like right when I found out they fit so perfectly in here, like that's so rude. Really mean. Anyways, for no reason at all, we're just gonna do some stuff right now. And you know what's fucked up is like last night I was like, I don't know how to make this art work up here, but I really wanted to use the puzzle, so I started making a blue bedroom. You know what? That's just, this is a sign because that's just like not true to me. Even though I do love a good blue, but I also have this planet I was trying to make work. Beef has been an angel, albeit jokingly, since day one. Dude, hell, at this point, like, just give the idea prompts of the AI generated art to a fucking artist and have them draw it their own way. So quick. I think we should make it pink. You think we should do it better? We try to make it like really nice. Jesus. He's rough. Okay. Art's actually just that easy. Anyways, this is how the house is looking. Here's the kitchen. Here's the sunroom. Here's the gallery that doesn't exist for any reason at all and definitely not for the AI puzzles. Here's the bedroom, not gonna say blue. There's a closet. Here's the bathroom. Oh my god, a fallen soldier. Like, and what if we just did the puzzles for today so we can get a little peek at what they've done? Because I haven't really, I guess I've been doing the puzzles, but I haven't really been looking at them very closely. Yeah, we can sell them, but like if they decide to change the art, I would like to keep it to see how it would work. Like surely they would just replace the images inside of that art. Okay. Really good friends with those bunnies. They love me. Because like my naive optimistic hope is that they realize they're being silly and goofy and they replace the images with human-made art. Right? Right, you guys, right? My P.O. box should be active and the same. Girl, I will never shut the fuck up about AI. That's a cool lamp. A cool plant. Like, literally, you could have just taken screenshots. The game is beautiful. Use your actual in-game screenshots. Like, what? I did. My rugs are ugly, and they don't change for 2 more days. You can, but like I'm gonna tell you right now, Hannah's not gonna talk to you. Not in a mean way, but she's just like really doesn't. I was surprised she was accepting any friends request because she's just like a little game gremlin. I do need this though. Oh my god. Okay. But the gays are here. They included the gays. I hate that you have to take stuff off and there's not a take off button. The hills are alive. What the fuck is that? What is that? Oh, sorry. I don't think I really want this dress. Okay.
Fuck I.
Not them not including the A. Hi, Sasha. I'm allergic to AI. Like, and they put it in the game because they're insensitive. Fair, so fair. Those were earrings. Oh, they were cute. Is it? I'm here to pick up some AI puzzles to take a quick look. You think they're AI? They just look shitty to me. I wouldn't, so I've already talked about it. I've already voiced my concerns. My concerns are that if their specifications are that nothing that was monetary uses AI, that means I think everything is up for grabs. So. See, look. Now we're fucked. Shouldn't have bought that. Thanks for reading my book. Yeah, auto-translate definitely not the issue. Well, I guess some people are saying it depends on how they're auto-translating, because there is auto-translate that just exists. What do they want me to do? Apply clip art to furniture. Okay. Start dyeing it. What? No clip art. Do I not have clip art? What does that mean? It's just that one. Okay. What do you want? Sorry. Nothing. I know. I didn't pick up my my easel. I just threw it on the ground in front of my house. Da 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 da. And scrattle da. Feed any dog. Collect 8 bamboo. Make blueberry jam. Oh. We could probably make blueberry jam. I thankfully do not see the ads on. Just don't look at this because this is like actually the stupidest thing I've ever done. Are you excited about the AI findings for this day? Yup. Thanks, Massimo. Really appreciate it. Where's my house? I thought you were saying the best Christmas movie was the one about generative AI, and I was like, what movie? I think what makes me sick is that I don't know. I felt so hopeful the other day too about the other one. Well, they like put up an ad. They said anything including, yeah, whatever, guys. I don't know. I have my opinion about it. If you lied about it once, you're gonna lie about it again. Good night. I'm telling you. It hit all of us like a dang truck. Give me a break. Like in their Discord, there was like an image for like a photo contest, and I was like, okay, this is couldn't even take a real photo for the photo contest. We had to use AI. You know who else can't crochet? Me. Just kidding, I can kind of crochet. If you put a product on Steam and it says check if there's AI and then you don't check it, you're lying. You lied. All right, time to look at an AI puzzle. My favorite part of the game. Like, you fuckers. I'm grieving. Oh, we should have just looked at the image. Yeah, some of these don't be making sense, do they? That is confusing. I don't know if I'm gonna play on stream. This clock is weird too. Heaven forbid a girl just enjoy things for once in her fucking life. I don't know. Genuinely. Here's the thing. I don't really see a problem with playing the game if the game's not receiving any money, which it will not get money from me. I think that you guys also should not put money into the game. Because if they can't put the time and effort into making art, then I don't think that they deserve your money. I literally agree, Silky. I said this earlier. There should be legal repercussions or financial repercussions. Yeah, exactly. Here's my thing. I've had this happen many times as a streamer. My biggest issue with this is when people disclose AI because they're being harassed. Literally. Like, my biggest issue is AI, but like... Fuck. It truly is just like infuriating. Because nothing happens to them. It's like literally nothing is happening. Weird clock. I don't know. I'm thankful it's not a game that, like, I spent a fuck ton of money on. Because I still think it's really shitty that the Clara... Here's the thing, too. Like, that fucking game of the year, one game of the year, and how was using generative AI assets, and then turning around and being like, we did it all on our own. That sucks, too. I gotta take my bag off. Let me change. Twins. Yours is like so tidy. I like that you also remembered to do the back of your shirt. There's no advertising in this game. So like you're there, the way, so when things are free. Okay. Unless I'm bald and there's another way. When things are free, the way that you make money off of them is there's advertisements in the game that people would pay to place advertisements on. So I haven't really played a lot of mobile, but I'm pretty sure you don't get any advertisements on mobile. So I don't think that in that way they could make any money. So the only way for this game to make money is if you spend money on the game, period. And they know that you will. People have, I'm sure you have. So unless I'm missing something huge, but as a person who works in gaming, which is largely advertising, I'm an advertiser. I advertise for companies. I've advertised for Heartopia. That is the only ways I know of that they could be making any money off of this. And that's just like not happening. So I will say I do have I always have a little bit of a benevolent attribution when it comes to the AI ads right now for things, because I've seen some YouTubers and some other creators come out and say that if you have a product, sometimes things like Instagram and TikTok will just go ahead, if you don't go in and turn off a setting, and make AI advertisements for you. And I have seen that happening. So when it comes to stuff like that, like it's hard with Hollow Taco nail polish. Well, I mean, I agree with you. We've already had a conversation about that. Unfortunately, doing that would require legal action, which would cost money. I think the problem is there's not enough government structure and law in America about AI. Anyways. Dude, trash, the worst news to wake up to at 9 in the morning, right? Like, I had to take my cat to get my dead cat to get a necropsy, and the game I'm obsessed with right now is using AI art. Whatever. Stupid. Yeah. If you join the Discord, you can listen to everybody talking about it. Oh my god. Okay, but like, just can we get a moment for mashed potato? Freaking cute. Me too. Honestly, like, depends on like what my apartment complex says. From what I researched, under FHA, my ESAs can't be counted as in the pet limit, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, I was in the Discord server watching it this morning. Yeah, my ex ran a Discord for a very large video game, and all of their mods in that Discord were just random people, like not getting paid. All right, let's see. As you should, as is your God-given right. I think, like, I also think, like, it's hard because I'm not engrossed in Chinese culture. I don't know their opinions on AI. I also don't know the devs, and devs are not normally the company itself. It's important to remember not to attack devs because a lot of the devs probably, especially artists, don't agree with AI. I could see that. Bagsies. I could see that for sure. We're waiting, Anthony. I don't know what egging on is, but I would love to see. Thanks for being here. Sorry that I just yelled the whole time. I hope you do something that makes you feel socially awkward this week. I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be another night stream, probably because I have to take Jane to get a rabies shot in the morning. So, and then I have to talk to the vet, which I'm so nervous for. Okay. Bye. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll update you.